Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Thrifty Shopping Cart. So, this is the video that I've been talking about. I'm excited to share with you pictures that I have. This was my first flea market that I did ever. So, many last 3 years, I was thinking of doing yard sales and flea markets. I never did them. So, I took the courage with my husband and myself. We went to this church that's in our state, um, and they were having a flea market, and it was a Catholic church. And sometimes these churches, what they do is they'll have flea markets, and you don't have to be a church member to have a table. So we paid $25 for the table for the whole day. Now, the plan is when you do a yard sale, obviously, if you do a yard sale at your house, the table's going to be free. But if you're doing like flea markets, or sometimes they have like town yard sales, the key is to make sure you get your monies back. So the table's $25. I did surpass that goal. I will let you guys know at the end how much I actually earned. So I was a little bit upset with myself because I was going to do a day in the life, me setting up the flea market table and showing you guys, some of the action, maybe going to the other table, talk with other members and things like that. I forgot my memory card. And then I'm really upset because my table was really nice. The sun was really in my eyes, so I couldn't see. So I thought I was taking a full picture. This is what you're looking at right now. Some of these items might be familiar to you guys because I did share them in some previous videos that I had. But most of them are items that I had for over at least 3 years and I couldn't sell them. Some of them are new items. It's just that I put them up on eBay. They weren't selling, so I decided to get rid of them. So everything you're looking at right now in front of you, um, like the Nerf guns, those were sold for about, I believe I sold them $2 a piece. The picture, keep calm and carry on. I sold that one for $5. The stuffed animals, I sold them for 50 cents. And there are a bunch of DVDs, and there's a bunch of game boards that you could see there. So I did pretty good. So I already gave out two clues to items that do very well at flea markets. The first clue that I gave out was selling bags. So purses. Purses do very good at flea markets. Now you don't want to bring designer purses because what happens is when you're at a flea market, if you put something for, let's say, $5 or maybe $10, someone's always going to try to knock it off. So I would definitely get bags at, I wouldn't even do a Salvation Army store. I would definitely go to the outlet stores by the pound. That way you're paying maybe like 50 or 30 cents for a bag. So if you put $5 and someone asks you for $4, you'll be like, oh, okay, that's fine, because you know you already made your money. The other item I said that was popular that I sold a lot of, and I saw other people sold them too, were jewelry. For some reason, people go crazy for jewelries at flea markets because they're looking for rare, hard to find, um, custom jewelry. They like to, some people like unique things. The third item that was really good too is, and I kind of regret I didn't bring too much of them, children's books. Flea markets, usually, it's a family, so you're going to get a lot of parents, and you're going to get lots of kids. So if you have children's books, those are great to sell at flea markets. Toys, Barbie dolls. I sold a couple of dolls that I was having a hard time with eBay. They were brand new. I sold them at the flea market. So that was the first image here that you're looking at. Here's the second one. I'm kind of upset because I have a whole bunch of Xbox games, and they're not really worth that much. But with like a flea market, I put them down for a couple of dollars. I did sell a couple of them. Some picture frames. There's um, if you're looking here on the ground, there's like a poker game right here. Um, I just turned my back for maybe like 10 seconds. I forgot where I went, but I just turned my back, and then my husband, I came back. He told me he sold it for $10. I was trying to get 20, but 10 is fine. You guys probably can't see it, but I also had, it's half of it. I'm pointing at it right now. It was a vintage organ piano. I sold that one for $20. This guy just came right up to my table and he was just so excited I had it. He didn't even care if it worked. I did put 40, but I was just really excited because someone was actually looking at it. So I said to him, I'll get it for 20. I think if I just said 40, he would have paid for it because he was so looking for it. So, and it's expensive, guys. I mean, I'll get the proper name and show it to you guys, but $20 I thought was a fair price because it was really heavy and I had it for more than 3 years. I didn't want to go back home with it. Teacups. If you have a lot of teacups, you're not going to get $4 or $5 for teacups at flea market. I tend to sell them for 50 cents. They're not really worth anything. I had a couple of vintage first generation transformers, and people did pay the actual price for them. I sold an aerospace transformer. I had them for $10, and the lady gave me $10 for it. There are a bunch of other stuff. There's some. I had some Mary Kay like foundation things like that. No one really bought those. I don't blame them. Probably think it's like sale or something, but it wasn't. Um, I we were there from 9 to 2, so it was pretty much a long day. We got a couple of people that would come to our table. So we had when you do a flea market, you want to make sure you bring $100 worth of change with you, like a couple of dollar bills, a couple of fives, and a roll of quarters just in case. Something to drink, something to eat. It's going to be pretty much a long day. I had you'll get a couple of people that will come to your table and they'll probably try to ask you to lower things down and you tell them no. And I had a few people that came up to our table where said I would never pay for that, but you get all sorts of people. You just have to kill them with kindness. But I was really happy overall. It was a great day. We had a lot of foot traffic. This honestly, guys, I have to say this was one of the best flea markets that I have been to, not because I actually sold it to it, but it's because I have been to it. Um, and there are other ways you could make money besides selling stuff on Amazon or on eBay. I mean, there are people who have little boutiques, at these antique malls, things like that, have like a little station. Some people in the summertime, that's all they do is flea markets. Every weekend they go to a place and they just sell items. So this is for me, which looks like I just did this like, just once, and then I have another one in July, and I'll be about it. And I think in the fall I might do a yard sale. So whatever items I still haven't sold, I would still sell them at the yard sale. Other things to look out for is to make sure that when you do set your things up on table, to keep an eye on your items. When people come to your table, always greet them. I found that when people come to my table, I would look them in the eye, I would greet them, and they would buy stuff. And, they said, oh, wow, you're actually the first person who actually said hello to me. People don't even look at me when I come to the table. And let them know when they get to the table, if they want anything, you can make a sale. I let people know whatever they want, let me know. I'll work on a deal. Because people with the thing, and other secret too, guys, this is not going to be like, your eBay, like, typical sale. You might put something up for like maybe $50 or $60 and put best offer, and someone maybe gives you a blow log, you said no. But at a flea market, when someone's asking you, would you take $5? Just like, for example, I had a Lego game that I put. It was like one of those board games. I put it for $7. The one lady came with her son and he really wanted it. She's like, would you take $5? I said yes. She's like, you're just trying to get rid of it. And I said, yeah, I am. And I said to her, the first price people offer, that's what I give. Because the thing is, you want to get, these are things that I could not sell on eBay. And that's why I brought them to the flea market, because I put them for low prices because, to me at this point, it doesn't matter because I'm trying to get rid of it. So if that other advice I'll give to you guys, if you're going to a flea market, do not bring your precious items that are worth the money. All right, that's you don't want to do that, because what's going to happen is you're going to get people that's not going to pay the actual price that you're asking for something. Even if you put something for a quarter, you might get someone saying, well, I'll give you 10 cents for it. That's just how it is. You just have to, It's just the game. You just have to make sure that the items that you bring are things that you're getting rid of. And people usually know that at flea markets. It's like, stuff people don't want anymore. So that's why people lowball the prices. So that was this picture. Um, the other one, I think, yeah. Oh, I have one more. I'm sorry, guys. So this one right here, where this actually, if you're looking at the back, I don't know the proper. It's like a storage. A coworker had told me to sell this for her. It didn't get sold, guys, because I put it down for 10. I couldn't put it down any lower. If it was mine, I would have just given it for 5 because I really don't care. But my coworker only wanted for $10, and everything I sold for her, we agreed I would get about like, 5% of her sales. So I couldn't give it any lower. I had a couple of record vinyl tapes, which are very difficult. A lot of people don't have. A couple people came up, they were looking at them, but they just don't have like, the record player anymore. Purses, guys. These are all the purses that I had. Some of them were mine, some of them were I bought them at the Goodwill by the pound. People went crazy for them. So if you have a couple of bags that you don't want anymore, you want to get rid of them, take them to the flea market. I have American Native doll. I bought her about 4 years ago at Big Lot. I paid $25 for her, and I brought her home, and I'm like, why did I get this? I don't know if that has happened to you guys. Like, you go to a store and you pick up an item, you're like, oh, it's gonna go in my living room. I was trying to do um, like a country theme in my room, kind of like Western American theme. And when I brought the doll home, I just didn't like the doll at all, and I just put it back in the box and it sat in my basement for 4 years. And I said, you know what? That day I said I'm getting rid of this doll. So I know I'm not going to get $25 for it. So I did put it for 10, and someone bought it. And there was actually another woman I was really interested in. She was willing to pay me 20, but the lady had already bought it. And I just didn't want to upset someone because I'm like, whatever, that's fine. So there are a couple of little accessory dolls on the side for, I think they're brat dolls. I'm not sure. Picture frames, things like that. Some of these items did not get sold, but for the doll and the purses, those were the two items there that I sold, but everything else I did not sell. So, and this is still half of a table. Oh, I tell you guys. So, a couple of things here. So, toolboxes, the Bibles and books, no one really bought them. So I know sometimes people say books are good at flea market, but for me, I noticed all the books at the flea market were not being purchased by anyone. People were looking for items for home decor. They're looking for vintage toys. The Garfield Bioner notebook, I sold those two for about $17. Um, Actually, no, I sold them for $15, those two, which was really good. I mean, I only bought them 10 cents a piece about a year ago at the Goodwill by the Pound outlet, so getting $15 back was a score. The Star Wars, you're looking at half of it. I forgot the guy's name, but I had bought that actually on eBay. It came in a lot, and some of the parts were missing. It's a piggy bank. You put batteries in it, it lights up. He turns around and stuff like that, and I sold it for $7. Big Boy, everyone was looking at Big Boy, but nobody purchased them. And I had purchased a planner from Eric Cardone um, a couple months. A great guy, very inspirational. It's just when I bought the planner, guys, it's not what I thought it was, and I have to practice what I preach. I have to admit, I'm one of those people that when I buy something on Amazon, I do not read the full description. This was not your typical planner. This was more of a goal-setting planner. So you would have to write down daily tasks. It's a great planner. I mean, it's well organized, but it's not what I thought. I thought it was going to be a month-to-month calendar planner. I mean, I really wish they would have I mean, I like the goal to goal task. And I understand maybe he was trying to go to a different approach, but I would have really liked if they were monthly, like, slots and things like that, where I could have maybe do a monthly gold or things like that. So I sold that one. I did buy it for more than what it sold for, because I did took out a few pages out of it. I bought it for $25. Actually, I bought it for $35 on Amazon, and I'm a little embarrassed to say I sold it for about $10. So, but I did use a few pages out of it. And the woman who bought it didn't even know who this guy was. She had no clue. She just said she liked the number 10 and the X on it. So if you have a few planners, guys, and like vintage notebook covers, those things do very good too at flea markets. Beanie Babies, I had a couple. You can only see the back of them. I did not sell any of them. And there are few, if you're looking across from the ground, straight ahead, there are a couple of books in the box that I had, and I put them 25 cents. I think I only sold one item. But my table was actually 360 degrees. That's what I was trying to do. So I had this picture. I think that was it, guys. Let me see. So this was one side, and then I had this side, and I had the side. So that was pretty much it, guys. So in total, I was there from 9 to 2. I made about $178.25. I am so happy, guys. Um, my goal each month is to make $150 to pay off my student loans. I already surpassed that goal because I did sold two items on eBay, so it brought me way past my goal for the month of May. I will be doing a monthly sale. I'll include the sale prices um, for the flea market, but I didn't really have that many items I sold online this month, but I still put them because even if I sell something for, let's say, $10 a month, I will show you guys. So if you guys are interested in doing this business online, I want you guys to see the realistic side on it. Yeah, I'm not always just going to show you the highest money I made. I'm going to show you where I don't make anything and share with you my mistakes so you won't make the same mistakes, guys. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Please definitely subscribe. I'm always looking for subscribers. So I want this to be a channel where we could share anything that is going on with the selling world, or if you guys have any questions for me, definitely leave them in the bottom. Let me know if you're going to a flea market and how it was, or let me know if you're doing a yard sale and how your yard sale was.